So this episode is gonna be about how to be more attractive to women. See, being an ambitious man is like the cheat code when it comes to relationships with women because it makes a woman appreciate you even more because she realizes that your time is valuable. The problem is guys get confused excitement and a good guy. They think that being an exciting guy and being a good guy is not the same thing when they really need to understand that to bring both together, that's when you really hit the jackpot. Foreplay is something that's supposed to start 24 hours before y'all get to the bedroom. You gotta understand your unnegotiable boundaries. It's two types of men in the world. It's a man who's not gonna stand for the disrespect, and it's another man who's gonna let it rock anyway. When you a gentleman as a man, it shows your heart. You get what I'm saying? It shows that wherever you came from, whoever raised you, they raised you right. And unfortunately, there is a narrative online that to be a nice guy is to come in last place. To be a nice guy is to be a loser. Let me tell you something. You can be a nice guy, you just can't be nice and boring. And you gotta be a gentleman. Listen, if you a gentleman and you got a backbone, and you assertive when it need to be, and you got ambition, and a real high value man know how to be a gentleman. That's a real high value man. None of that 6-pack, 6 abs, 6 feet shit. Listen, that shit ain't gonna do nothing with God. That shit don't mean nothing to God. Last time I checked, the only score that God is keeping is how peaceful you being on this earth and how much love you spreading around. But if it ain't about help, then you can't be a high value man because high value men help people. You have to find ways to do things creatively. If you're gonna take her on a date, find a creative way to do it. There's nothing wrong with going to the movies. There's nothing wrong with going to dinner. But find a way to do something creative in the midst of that. If you stimulate a woman's mind, you creative with that girl, you creative with the things that you do, you'll always have her. So this episode is gonna be about how to be more attractive to women. I find myself giving advice to guys all the time. People are always reaching out to me, asking me questions. Sometimes it's people that I know, and sometimes it's people that I don't. You know what I mean? I done had people all the way from France ask me questions, get my advice on scenarios and things that they're going through, and just wanted to get my perspective on it, right? And it's not to say that I know everything about relationships, and it's definitely not to say that I know everything there is to know when it comes to women. But I do know what I know. And maybe what I know could be more than what somebody else knows, or better yet, exactly what somebody else needs. You get what I'm saying? I'm never up here trying to portray myself as if I'm some type of expert when it comes to love and relationships, but I have had my fair share. You get what I'm saying? I've definitely had my fair share. And, this conversation is going to be about how to be more attractive to women as a man, because some guys just don't really understand. Working at a podcast studio, I'm always hearing women talk about what men don't get and how, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And, there's always an issue with clicking. It's like somehow we can't really get each other. Well, hopefully after this episode, you'll get one step closer to not only understanding women more, but understanding yourself more and maybe figuring out what is it about what you're doing that's wrong, or where is it going wrong? You get what I'm saying? Like maybe something from this episode can be an inspiration and a motivation to get you one step closer to having the type of experience that you want with women. Now, the first thing I would tell a man if he wants to be more attractive to women is you got to find something to be ambitious about. Women love ambitious men. Women love a man who got a purpose in life, somebody who knows what he was put on earth to do, or at least something that he's very focused on, right? Because a man who focused on something important, something that's going to bring him more money, something that's going to bring him more security, something that's going to bring more excitement, something that's going to bring more stability, more resources. A man focused on those type of things, he's more desirable. I want you to look at life like this. There's attractive men in life, and then there's attractive men who have a purpose. You don't want to just be an attractive man. Because maybe being an attractive man, it can get you some draws. You know what I mean? It can get you lucky with the ladies. You know what I mean? It can get her to go home with you. But the attractive man who has a purpose, though, that's where you're walking into the husband territory. And listen, I'm not a husband. I've never been married. So I don't want people to be listening like, well, what does he know about marriage? Not a whole lot, but I do believe that what I'm saying is the truth, though. And I do believe that women have a desire to be with men who want more for themselves. You know what I mean? Because why deal with a man who's only just attractive when I could deal with a man who's attractive and he going places? See, being an ambitious man is like the cheat code when it comes to relationships with women, because when you're ambitious, you don't have the time to make the mistakes that certain men make when it comes to overcrowding your girl. You get what I'm saying? Women love men, right? And if you're her boyfriend, she loves you. But there is a such thing as too much time. Now, I'm not the person to tell you what that is because all women are not the same, right? Women are not a monolith. So some women love being smothered. Some women love being obsessed with their man. They love spending every second and hour of the day, right? But there are some women that don't get down like that. Some women value the space. Some women value the peace. Some women value the distance apart, right? Because as they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So if you find yourself with a woman who feels more aligned with that, you got to understand that spending an unlimited amount of time with her is probably going to make her become less attracted to you. You know what I mean? Spending more time than you need to with her is going to make her feel less excited about the idea of you coming around. So when you have an ambition, when you have a purpose, when you have something that's giving you drive, and you putting in as much energy, if not more energy into that than you are the relationship, when you come back around, when it's time for y'all to kick it, it feels a little bit nicer. It's easier to appreciate your presence. It's easier to acknowledge you being there, because it's easier to acknowledge how special it is you being around, because she knows that when you're not here and spending time with me, you pouring into your gift, you pouring into your passion, you pouring into your purpose, the thing that gives you drive in life, right? So being an ambitious man is a cheat code to relationships, because an ambitious man don't got all the time in the world to be pouring into his relationship with her. You get what I'm saying? And that makes him more desirable to her, because she thinking like, wait a minute, I want more time with him. I want him to be around more. I wish I could have more access to him. You know, we tend to appreciate things that we have to work hard for in life. That's just basic psychology in life. When things are free, some people don't really appreciate that as much as they would if they had to pay for something. You get what I'm saying? If you get something for free, you appreciate it, you like it, but you don't appreciate it the same way as if you had to bust your ass to get it. Same thing. This is the law of human nature, and it applies in these dynamics between men and women. You get what I'm saying? So when you're a man of ambition, it makes a woman appreciate you even more, because she realizes that your time is valuable. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have all day to hang around with me. He doesn't have all day to lay up with me. We could be on the couch, he checking his emails. So he has people to talk to. He has things to invest into. He has knowledge to research. So while some men might be cuddled up with their girl all day because they got all day to do that, the other guy, he gonna allocate a little bit of time for that cuddle, and then he gonna split some of that time and he gonna get back on that computer. He gonna take that phone call. He gonna do that research. He gonna get that information. Why? Because he has a purpose, and he understands that in order for him to pursue his dreams and to become the man that he know that he's capable of being, he got to split some of that time between you and her. He got to split some of that time between the dream and his girl. And women love that, because when you're ambitious about something and you're asking a woman to follow you, she feels way more comfortable letting you lead, because she know he taking her somewhere. He going somewhere. He wants the best for himself. So I'm only going to receive the best with him, because he treats himself like he's that important. He treats himself like he's that much of a priority. You get what I'm saying? Like, these things are very connected, man. To be an ambitious man makes you a more valuable man. I don't know about a high value man, but I do know that you become more valuable when you have an ambition, because not only are you willing to pour into your relationship, you're willing to pour into the life that you're going to create together with her. Right? Because you're so focused on creating a better life for yourself, and she wants to be with you, inevitably, just by default, she knows that being with you, she's going to have a better life, not including what she going to bring to the table. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women are already ambitious. A lot of women are already naturally go-getters. They already hungry for more. They already hungry and attracted to accomplishments and success. So then she got what she doing, and then she see you doing your thing too. She gonna be attracted to you, bro. I promise you. You know what I mean? If she had to choose between the ambitious man and the man who's not ambitious, she's gonna pick the ambitious man. One of the biggest ways you can become more attractive to women is knowing when the right time to be assertive. A lot of guys don't know when is the right time within the proper context to puff your chest out. I tell you this, it's never great to yell at a woman. It's never great to talk down to a woman. It's never great to make a woman feel small. It's never great to make a woman feel like she's less than worthy, right? That's never great to do. But it is great when maybe she's doing something that you feel disrespected by, and you stand up for yourself. It is great when maybe y'all out in public and there's a dispute with the service, or there's a dispute with the company that you're working with, and you're not scared to step up and let them know, like, hey, we're not going for this. You know what I mean? That's great. These are great moments to be assertive. And, you know, honestly, I'm going to just get straight to the real point, the real fact about being assertive. One thing that I know is common amongst men is that a lot of times when it comes to being in a relationship and having intimacy with your partner, a lot of the time men don't understand that women don't always want to be asked to have sex. They don't always want to be asked, like, as a man, like, to ask a woman, like, yo, can we have sex? Or asking her if she's in the mood. Like, that doesn't always turn a woman on. It actually turns a lot of women off to be asked, right? And I understand how this could be confusing to a good guy, because a good guy thinking, well, how can I still be a good guy and not ask my girlfriend for sex, right? Because she might not be in the mood, Or she might not want to do that. Because as a good guy, you naturally think to take anything from a woman is a no-no. You think that that's a no-no as a good guy. You think it's a bad thing to take something from a woman. And it is. It's wrong to take something, especially if she say no. Because no means no. In the discussion, no further explanations, no none of that, right? But there is a world. This sounds crazy, but it's true, man. And ladies, I really need y'all affirmation on this one. I really need you to back this one up. There is a world where, as a woman, it can kind of turn her off to always give you permission to want to have sex or be intimate or a certain kind of way with her. There's a world where you can let a woman know that you're coming on to her, right? You can make it obvious that you're coming on to her. You can make it obvious that you want to be with her. You can make these things obvious, and you might be surprised and realize that might excite her. You get what I'm saying? You might realize that not asking for permission, but just kind of coming through and insinuating what you want to happen. You know what I mean? Like maybe putting your hands on her in an intimate way, or maybe saying something, or maybe kind of making a certain kind of eye contact with her to kind of allude to the fact that you might be trying to come on to her, that you might be flirting with her, right? A lot of the time, men don't realize that these things excite women. You get what I'm saying? Because it makes a woman feel good to be pursued. It makes her feel desire. It's like, wow, he's so attracted to me that he wants me right now. It's all about excitement. A lot of the time, men, they don't understand how to be exciting with a woman because they're too busy trying to be a good guy. I know we living in a scary time. I know we living in a time where you don't know what to do because you don't want to take the risk, right? Bro, I feel you. Ain't nobody got time to be getting it wrong, and now they about to call the police on you. But you gotta think about this. We're talking about your girlfriend, hopefully. We're talking about somebody that you know well enough to hopefully know that if you come on to her, it's not going to go so left that you're going to end up in a jail cell, right? Because if you're not a bad guy, you don't got to worry about doing bad things because you're not a bad guy. But what I am saying is a lot of guys, they really miss out on how to excite their girl, and they leave a lot of opportunity for exciting a woman on the table because they think they see too many. The problem is guys get confused excitement and a good guy. They think that being an exciting guy and being a good guy is not the same thing, when they really need to understand that to bring both together, that's when you really hit the jackpot. And the way you find yourself into that spot is knowing when it's the right time to be assertive. It's a time and a place, man. It's a time and a place for everything. And, if you don't know how to do that, or if you've never done that before, you just start by practicing, man. And I think one way you can start by practicing being more assertive with your girl is flirting with her more. They say foreplay starts 24 hours before night. Foreplay is something that's supposed to start 24 hours before y'all get to the bedroom. You get what I'm saying? And you can do that by eye contact, right? Looking at her deeply in her eyes, being very intentional. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. So she need to be able to hear what you're saying without actually hearing you say it by the look in your eye. You get what I'm saying? The where you place your hands on her body. You know what I mean? Maybe you touching her on her lower back. Maybe you touching her on her shoulders a certain kind of way. You caressing her, running your hands through her hair. Little things that let her know that you want to be around her, that you're happy to be here. You know what I mean? Little things that you can do to let her know that she's yours. Little things that you can do to let her know that she's desired. You know what I mean? Because women love to be desired. They feed off of it, right? Women feed off of being desired. Being desired is a woman's like Red Bull. You know what I mean? It's a woman's like adrenaline. You know what I mean? She feeds off that. It gets her going. Her feeling like she's beautiful to you, it pumps her up. It makes her feel stronger about her own self-esteem. When you're assertive, being assertive ain't saying nothing more than just letting somebody know very clearly that you want them. Letting them know as clear as possible, as clear as day. There's no confusion. There's no misunderstanding. When you're assertive, you're clearly letting that person know that I want you and I'm very attracted to you. Think about it from a guy's perspective, right? Imagine if a girl came and asked you on a date. Or imagine if a girl told you that she thought you was handsome. You just minding your business. You just living your life, and the girl just come to you like, yo, like, you look good. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? And she giving you rhythm. She being assertive. She letting you know that, yo, you got something I like and you got what I need. It's the same way around, bro. It makes people feel good to know that people affirm you so much, that people think you so dope or so attractive that they got to let you know. That's assertive energy. So it's about getting to a place where you understand when is the right time to be assertive and not being afraid to try it, man. The third thing, as a man, you got to understand your unnegotiable boundaries. There's two types of men in the world. It's a man who's not going to stand for the disrespect, and it's another man who's going to let it rock anyway. You don't ever want to be the man who's going to let the disrespect rock. You don't never want to be that guy. If your partner is getting close to that line, right? They crossing that line in the sand where you don't feel appreciated no more. You don't feel valued anymore. You don't feel respected anymore. If your partner is crossing that line, it's very important for you to stand firm on your ground and let them know, I'm not feeling that. I don't like it. And I want you to stop. And if you don't stop, then you ain't gonna see no more of me. If you got a problem with stopping the thing that's bothering me, the thing that's making me feel uncomfortable, well, then let me remove myself. Standing on your boundaries. That's attractive to women. To stand on your boundaries is attractive to women because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, you might find yourself in a position in life where she pressing your buttons. You might find yourself in a position in life where she testing you. She wanna see if you really about it. I'm not saying that it's fair, and I'm not saying that all girls do it, but there are some girls in this world. Key word, I'm saying girls, not women, right? There are some girls, they might catch a little attitude with you. Attitude might be going on for a couple days. Attitude might be going on for way longer than it probably should, right? You know what I mean? Maybe she's not feeling good that day. Maybe something bad happened to her. Or maybe she just feeling like being a brat because she's used to you always letting her have her way. And now you trying to say no? And now you trying to say no? Sometimes girls don't like being told no. Sometimes people don't like being told no, bro. And if your partner is used to you letting them do whatever they want to do, and then the day you tell them no, they might not be able to get with that. They might have a hard time accepting that. But what I want you to do, stand on your boundaries anyway. You get what I'm saying? Because the last thing you ever want to be when it comes to your relationship is a pushover. You don't never want to be a pushover in your relationship. Setting boundaries, I don't care how much they tell you they don't like it, setting boundaries creates a healthy dynamic. Even if they don't know, even if they feel like they can't respect it today, they're going to appreciate it later because you doing what's best for you inevitably creates a better relationship for the both of y'all. Because when you do what's best for you, you feel better about yourself. You show up as a better version of yourself. You can be the best version of yourself. You can share the best aspects of everything that you got to share because you did right by you. You respected yourself. No woman wants to be with a man who doesn't respect himself. And maybe she won't break up with you immediately, but she's going to lose that respect. And as a man, if you don't got respect in your relationship, you really don't have much of anything at all, man. You really don't have much. You know what I mean? Like, she can't be happy in a relationship. So I know you're not. I know you're not happy in a relationship because she don't respect you. When a woman don't respect you, there's so many things that she starts to pull back from the relationship, right? There's so many things that she doesn't even feel the need to do for you anymore because you don't even require much. You let her walk all over you, even if she doesn't have that conversation with herself intentionally, subconsciously, there's a lot of things she's going to stop doing for you. There's a lot of things that she's not going to feel like she needs to do for you because you don't even feel the need to request your own self-respect. You get what I'm saying? So standing on your personal boundaries is very important, man, because it keeps you safe and it keeps the relationship in order. Essentially, it's having a backbone. It's hard for a woman to respect a man who don't got a backbone. Now, she might not like you telling her no. And she might not like you telling her no. And she might not like you telling her, and she might not like you standing up for that energy. And she might not like you standing up for yourself. You know, she might not like it right away, especially if you ain't been doing it. But I promise you, it's going to make her respect you. More importantly than her liking you, is her respecting you, in my opinion. Because you can go far in life with respect. Niggas can disrespect you and still like you. People can disrespect you and still like you all the time. It happens every single day. Happens every day. So you got to ask yourself, what's more important for the longevity of the relationship? What's going to help this relationship go the furthest distance if this really is my person? It's probably going to be the respect. You know what I'm saying? Because we do people wrong and we love them still. We do people wrong and we like them still. But when we respect people, it's certain things we don't never do. You get what I'm saying? And you can get the respect that you're looking for by standing on your personal boundaries, bro. And I want to let you know that don't make you a bad guy because you're standing up for yourself. That don't make you a bad guy. And if your partner makes you feel like you're being a bad guy now, you're being a misogynist, or you're just being some kind of way, then maybe that's just not the person for you, bro. I need men to feel more comfortable with I need more men to feel comfortable with being open to the idea that if you tried everything that you can try, you've been patient, you've been neutral, you've been diplomatic with your person, and they still not getting it, just walk away from that person, bro. Maybe that's not the person for you, because you want to know what? That's also showing that you standing on your boundaries. That's also showing that you standing on your principles and your morals, and it's letting them know you ain't going for just anything. A woman love a man who ain't just going for anything. A woman hate a man who let her just run all the way over her. She hate that. She don't like that at all. The fourth thing really could have been the first thing, and it really should be the most common sense thing, to be honest with you. But if you want to be more attractive to women, just be a gentleman. Be a gentleman, because when you a gentleman as a man, it shows your heart. You get what I'm saying? It shows that wherever you came from, whoever raised you, they raised you right. It lets them know that, hey, this guy, he's a nice guy. He cares. He has empathy. He has love in his heart. He has warmth in his life. And that makes a woman feel good. Just as much as she want her man to be assertive, and just as much as she want a man to have his unnegotiable boundaries, she also want to know that you could be a safe space, right? And when a man is a gentleman, he make everybody feel safer. When a man hold the door for women, it make women feel like, okay, that's a quality man. I don't know about the rest of the men in this room. Maybe they to be determined. And I'm going to tell you something. Being a gentleman goes so much further than just how you are with the girl that you're intimate with. Be a gentleman to all women. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying allow people to disrespect you, allow people to play you or treat you less than. But what I'm saying is that it's so important for a man to be a gentleman from women outside of the woman that he's being intimate with. You make them feel more comfortable with the idea that even though I'm not giving him nothing, even though I'm not laying with him at night, or I'm not cooking his meals, or I'm not, being that way with him, that he doesn't treat me like I'm useless just because of that. And that's a very powerful tool. As a man, it's very powerful when you can let women know, when you can convey to women that even though I'm not getting anything from you personally, I'm still gonna go out of my way to let you know that I'm a good guy. And you don't gotta do too much. Hold that door open, King. Hold that car door open, King. A woman love that shit, bro. Women love the royal treatment, man. Now listen, if your girlfriend doesn't deserve the royal treatment, well then, first of all, she probably shouldn't be your girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? But we should be appreciating the women that are in our lives, and we should be making them feel special. We should be making them feel like they are important. And because you're important, let me do the little things that I could do to make your life a little bit better, or at least to let you know that I'm thinking about you. And unfortunately, there is a narrative online that to be a nice guy is to come in last place. To be a nice guy is to be a loser. Let me tell you something. You can be a nice guy. You just can't be nice and boring. You can be a nice guy. You just can't be nice and unexciting. You got to be exciting. You got to be assertive. You got to stand on your non-negotiables. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a backbone, and you got to be a gentleman. Listen, if you a gentleman and you got a backbone and you assertive when it need to be, and you stand on your non-negotiables and you got ambition, you the man, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. It don't even matter what type of girl, because you want to know what a real high value man is. A real high value man got ambition. A real high value man know how to stand on his unnegotiable boundaries. A real high value man know when the right time to be assertive. And a real high value man know how to be a gentleman. That's a real high value man. Because if you ambitious, that means you ain't never not gonna have no money. If you stand on your unnegotiables, that means you ain't gonna never let nobody play you. You're gonna always stand for yourself, not only for you, but for her, if anybody try to play y'all. Because if you a gentleman, that at least let a woman know that you was raised right. You know what I mean? That you know how to be nice to people, that you know how to understand that nobody bigger than the program, which means we all got a part to do in making sure that society is safe for everybody. Knowing the right time to be assertive. These are, I'm telling you, man, you want to be more attracted to women, this is how you do it. This is how you become a real high value man. None of that 6-pack, 6 abs, 6 feet shit. Listen, that shit ain't gonna do nothing with God. That shit don't mean nothing to God. The only thing the last time I checked, the only score that God is keeping is how peaceful you being on this earth and how much love you spreading around this planet. That's last time I checked, that's the only score that God keeping. Now get you some money so you can continue to help more people. That's what money should be for. Money should be so you can help not only yourself, but you can help the people you love, and you can continue to spread the help. You get what I'm saying? It should be about help. If it ain't about help, then you can't be a high value man, because high value men help people. What's the point of being high value if you just doing all this shit for you? You can't be. It's not possible. Not in the eyes of God. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is very important. As a man, if you want to become more attractive to women, you have to find ways to do things creatively. Do things creatively. Stop being boring. Stop being black and white about the things that you do. If you're going to take her on a date, find a creative way to do it. There's nothing wrong with going to the movies. There's nothing wrong with going to dinner. But find a way to do something creative in the midst of that. If you're going to go to the movies and if you're going to go take her to dinner, find something creative to do. Call the restaurant early in advance. Tell them like, yo, have 2 glasses of wine ready. Have a note on a napkin saying, happy birthday, babe, I love you. Or happy anniversary. Thank you so much for being a great woman to me. That's creative. You get what I'm saying? If you're going to go to the movies, find a way to sneak in a little liquor, find a way to sneak in her favorite snacks and she ain't even know. She think y'all just going to the movies. You done brought the liquor, you done brought the drinks and the snacks, her favorite ones at that. That's creative. You get what I'm saying? Maybe the weather's real nice outside. Let's not even go to a restaurant. You know what? I went to Trader Joe's, I went to the store, I got us some things. We can lay the blanket out and we can just kick it, we can vibe. That's creative. Find a way to do things creatively. You get what I'm saying? You know she getting off at work, pull up at the job, be already at the car, outside the car with some flowers behind your back. First thing she do when she opened the door, she see you. She like, what you doing here? What you doing here? I thought you was at work. Nah, I'm here. I'm here to pick you up. Boom. And I got your favorite flowers. Creative. Be creative as a man because women need constant mental stimulation, okay? You ever dealt with a woman? This is why we say that they're crazy because their mind is going 100 miles per second. Always thinking, always overthinking, always hearing things you ain't say, always seeing things you ain't do. You get what I'm saying? Their minds are just horsepower. They ain't got nothing but horsepower in that motherfucker. Sometimes, man, to stimulate that mind, man, and to help them out with all that overthinking that they be doing, that's why their heads be so big. You get what I'm saying? You got to be creative, bro. Be creative with women because they love that. They love to be romanced, man. They love to be intrigued. They love to be excited. Women love excitement. If you don't take nothing else from this, I need you to understand that you need to be constantly finding ways to be exciting to your girl. You need to constantly be finding ways to be exciting to your girl. Bring the excitement, bro. Don't be boring. You could be a nice guy. You could be a good guy. You could be a gentleman. You know what I mean? But you can't be boring, though. The good guy, they be somewhere at the crib getting a good meal cooked for them, having their feet rubbed, having their body massaged, having their lunches packed for them. You know what I'm saying? Good guys get good things, man. You just got to be more than good. You got to be exciting, too. You got to be exhilarating, bro. You got to keep her on her toes. I'm telling you. This is how you become more attractive to women. These are just my opinions. This is unsolicited advice. You don't got to take none of this shit serious. You really don't. You know what I mean? But being more exciting and, you know, finding creative ways to do things, this will always have a woman like, you're gonna have a, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna have her where you want her to be. I'm telling you. You stimulate a woman's mind, you creative with that girl, you creative with the things that you do. You think of fun, clever, witty ways to do something normal outside of the box. You'll always have her. You'll always have her attention. She gonna always remember you because these niggas be boring, man. Niggas be doing the bare minimum. They do the very bare minimum, man. I'm telling you, be the guy who does more. And also being creative and doing more is an easy way to make her remember you amongst the other guys. You get what I'm saying? Even if you have no intentions on really like being in a committed relationship with that girl, maybe you just dating, maybe you just having fun, or maybe you trying to get her to see you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, when you do something creative and you do something fun, whatever the other guys might have that you feel like you don't have, which is really nothing because you have all that you need, God made you perfect. You know what I mean? So, but whatever it is that you think that they might have, I promise you, they probably don't got this. They probably don't got this. You know what I'm saying? Take a trip, man. Tell her, hey, yo, Friday we going somewhere. Where we going? Out of town. We're going out of state. I got 2 tickets. We going somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, have fun with your life, bro. You got to have fun. You know, like, I understand we got to get the bag. I'm all about getting the bag. I'm all about getting to the money, but we also got to learn how to enjoy this life. And women love having fun, man. That's why women make men's lives better because a lot of the time you leave it to us, we just going to work, grind. We're going to be in a dark room somewhere just grinding, trying to make the money, forgetting that the sunlight is outside. You know what I'm saying? That's what women do. They bring a light to our life. They bring a light to our world. They're a reminder that this life is also something to enjoy. Not just work, but to enjoy too. You get what I'm saying? So listen, man, this is another episode of the Halfway Up podcast, man. This episode is about how to be more attractive to women. How to be more attractive to the ladies, man. You already know, man. Thank you to King's Energy Only for giving me this beautiful candle. It's burning, it's smelling beautiful. Thank you for giving me this room spray, because sometimes I might not want to burn up my little good candle. You know, I might not want to burn up my little good candle. So now I got a room spray instead. And these are for my guys who, listen, hygiene is very important. And if you're inviting a lady over to your crib, light this candle, spray this room spray. Have this candle going in the living room. Have it going an hour before she get there. So by the time she hit the door, it's going to be right. Had the food cooked already, had the drinks already made, had a bar situated, and then have this in the bathroom. Because listen, what if she in the bathroom? One thing we know about the ladies, they don't always want to use the bathroom when they're around guys, you know what I mean? Because they don't want to come off a certain kind of way, you know what I mean? Maybe she got to handle her grown woman business, but she don't really want to do it, right? So she gonna hold it. And if she been at your house for 3 days, chances are she gonna try to hold it for 3 days. That's just how girls are sometimes. But if you got some room spray, maybe she feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The more comfortable she feel, the more comfortable she'll get with you. You get what I'm saying? 1 + 1 always equal 2. You know what I mean? So get you some room spray, man. Have some things to make the space more inviting, bro. Everybody feels comfortable everybody feels more comfortable in your home when you take your home serious. When you respect your house and you respect the feng shui and the energy of your crib, people want to come around more, man. And people see you the way you deserve to be seen, which is as somebody who's to be taken serious. So with that being said, man, I really thank you. Thank you, King Energy Only, for supplying me, man. I wish to have a great, long partnership and collaboration with you guys. And before we get out of here, man, please leave a rating, please leave a review. And you already know the mantra, the outro, the religion, the spirit of the brand. Whenever I'm working, I will remember that done is better than perfect. And if I'm satisfied with my work, then that means I'm living in my purpose. This is the Halfway Up Podcast. I am Wolf Taylor. I love you guys. Summer is here. Hope you're going to be outside, spending your money wisely, drinking wisely, doing crazy things wisely. Have fun, man. It's a beautiful year. I'm out.